sweet to walk in this pilgrim way.
Our Song of Ascent for today is Psalm 133. Let's listen to that psalm together now. A Song of Ascents of David. Behold how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity. It is like the precious oil on the head, running down on the beard of Aaron, running down on the collar of his robes. It is like the dew of Hermon, which falls on the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord has commanded the blessing, life for evermore. On Thursdays and Friday mornings, we have been looking together and bringing short meditations on these Psalms of Ascent that run from Psalm 120 through to Psalm 134. We've been reminding ourselves that these songs were on the lips and on the hearts of pilgrims as they made their way to Jerusalem year on year to worship the Lord. That idea of togetherness is part and parcel of this psalm that we've read together today. I want to just bring a very brief meditation on Psalm 133. It's a short psalm, but it's a psalm that packs a lot of punch for our lives as well. The theme of this psalm is unity. I want to share with you about an appreciation of unity. I want to show you an illustration of unity, and then I want to talk to you about the expectation of unity. So first of all, an appreciation of unity. The psalm begins with this flourish. Behold how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity. That idea of brothers dwelling together in unity harks back to Deuteronomy 25 and verse 5, which talks about the harmony and the happiness of a home where there's union between hearts. This psalm says that such unity in the home and such unity among the people of God more generally is a rich blessing. It is both good and it is pleasant. It's something to be savoured and enjoyed and pursued. The psalm says that unity among God's people is an intrinsically good thing. That's good for us to hear today. We're living in a world today which cannot make up its mind about unity. With the advent of COVID-19, it was said on social media over and over again that we are all in this together. But barely 12 or 13 weeks later, it seems that our society and even families are more divided than ever. Unity can be elusive. Unity can be a difficult thing to find and a difficult thing to hold on to. And yet this psalm says that unity between brothers and sisters is good and it is pleasant. That's true in society, but it's true nowhere more so than in the church, in the gathering of God's people. There is a goodness and a pleasantness when our hearts and lives are agreed together. The psalmist here is David, and David knew a little bit about unity and he knew a lot about disunity. The early part of his life was divided between the them and us of Saul's men and his own life. And his later life would be divided as his family in many ways fell apart in the disunity and in the discord. But here in this sweet spot, David says, unity is beautiful, unity is pleasant, unity is good. And as Christians, it's so important that we abide by and celebrate unity in the truth of who the Lord Jesus Christ is. Not unity at any cost, not unity with those who would oppose the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ, but unity among brothers and sisters. It truly is a good and pleasant thing. So there's an appreciation of unity. There's also an illustration of unity. There are two vivid poetic images employed here. One is of oil being poured on the head of Aaron the priest. And the psalmist says that that unity is like that oil running down his beard and then making it to the collar of his robes, infusing itself with its fragrance and with its significance. The psalmist says that's what unity is like. It spreads. It gives a sweet aroma. It's something that is to be savoured. A second image is of dew on a mountaintop. Verse 3, it is like the dew of Hermon. Now, Mount Hermon was the tallest peak in the ranges of mountains that were in proximity to Jerusalem. And so the psalmist says unity is like dew coming and settling on the mountain. And from the highest mountain down to one of the lowlier mountains, Mount Zion, that dew spreads. And it's beautiful and it's refreshing. The psalmist says that's what unity is like. It's got this inherent beauty to itself. So there's an appreciation of unity, there's an illustration of unity, and then finally the expectation of unity. For there the Lord has commanded the blessing, life forevermore. Where our hearts are united, where our minds are made up together, where we lock arms, where we hold hands in the truth, when we join in our affections looking together to the Lord Jesus Christ, there is this sense of God's blessing upon us as His people. Now, during days of COVID-19, we have known greater fragmentation as God's people. We haven't even been able to physically gather together. And we're hoping very soon to be able to be together in church buildings once again and be in that true sense of community. And what a great keynote, what a great watchword to set for those days that are coming, that we would prioritize unity. That we would say it's good and pleasant to be united together. It has this refreshment and this fragrance, this sense of pleasantness to it. And we can expect when we're united that God will bring his blessing. And so our calling as Christians is to do exactly what the Apostle Paul said we should do in Ephesians 4:2 and 3, that we should embody all humility and gentleness, patience, that we should bear with one another in love, and that we should be eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. It's a beautiful thing when we are united to one another. Let me invite you to pray for the unity of God's people worldwide. Let me invite you to pray for the unity of God's people in the family and fellowship of Malile Baptist Church. Let me encourage you to pray for the unity of your own household, that together we would know God's blessing as we unite hearts and minds together for the furtherance of his kingdom and for the greater embodiment of his glory among us.
Leaning on the everlasting